Hi and hello, watch fans, and welcome to another edition of the Real-Time Show with me, your friendly neighbourhood watchmaker, Rob Nuds, the friendly neighbourhood jeweller, Alain Ben-Joseph, and the CEO of H. Moser & C, Edouard Meylan, kicking off Geneva Watch Days 2025 in our very new glass igloo. The camera's on you two now, gents, so behave yourselves.
Wave.
Welcome to Geneva, welcome to the pavilion. This is our new setup. It's actually raining today, so we've got the curtains drawn so we don't get sunburnt as well. But it's a great pleasure to be joined by you, Ed. Thanks for coming on the show and kicking us off.
My pleasure.
Yeah?
Thanks for having me.
Oh, well, it's always
Amazing setup.
It's good, isn't it? It's worked out. We've pulled it together at the last minute, as we often do. But today we are very excited to welcome you because you've brought along a couple of incredible creations that I haven't yet had a close look at, but can't wait to hear more about. So,
we launched them like 30 minutes ago. So
30 minutes ago. Okay, so it really is hot off
fresh
the press.
from the press.
Before he starts, Ed and Rob, it dawned on me, you were the first interview or second we've ever done on the Real-Time Show almost 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And here we are media partner for Geneva Watch Days 2025. And you're the first 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
So it shows how innovative we are. And I don't know if you spotted on the camera, we're streaming first time. We were hesitant to stream or not. Ed said, let's go. Let's try and go. So it shows your innovative spirit.
You might as well.
Yeah, and I'm looking at two beautiful watches. So what did you bring?
Three. I'm wearing a novelty we launched 2 days ago as well. So we have three new watches for Geneva Watch Days. Yeah.
So I don't know if the camera picks it up, but I see some Haute Lance vibes. Very cool. What did you bring?
Good eye. Yeah. On the two that we have here are flying hours. So they're based on the system we developed quite a few years ago. Now we launched it at Watches and Wonder. I don't know if it was Watches and Wonder of SIHH back then, I think 2019, 2018, I can't remember. It's a system based on satellites. At that time, it was like you have the minutes in the middle rotating and 3 satellites featuring the hours. The first original version that we developed with the Haute Lance team was a sliding version. So you would have like 2 numbers visible at the same time, one aligned with the minutes and the other one would be outside of the range. So it could have been a little bit confusing for some customers, from some owners, even though you get used to it pretty quickly. Now, the way we made it evolve, and this is why it's very new now, it's a jumping system. So it really at every hour, the system jumps from one satellite to the other, and then you only know the time that it is right now. So very intuitive in comparison. If you're familiar, it's similar to the Star Wheel system, so something that has been developed 2 centuries ago. I think AP, Oorwerk have used that. AP first, I think in the late 70s, was the Star Wheel, and then AA, obviously it's the base for what everything Oorwerk has done amazingly with it. And we revisited it. The Star Wheel system is, the minutes are fixed and the hours are moving. Here it's the opposite, where we have the rotation on the minutes and the satellites are the hours. So a pretty cool combination. There's a very interesting sweet spot for Moser. We start around $15,000 and then the sky is the limit. But I think we're really trying at the moment to get some interesting complications around 19,000 starting all the way like to 35. I think there's a sweet spot, and that's where those watches are positioned. The gold version is limited to 100 pieces, and the steel version is not limited. So yeah, I think 2 great collections we have a pretty young collector base in general at Moser, and that's definitely very attractive to them.
I've been playing with it and it's stunning. Regular listeners know I'm crazy about Oorwerk and MBNF, so kudos for pushing the envelope, Ed and Team Moser. Maybe the mic, I've been playing with it and I love the click and sturdiness. Maybe the mic can pick this up.
Oh yeah, just about.
It's very, very smooth. And
you can see really it jumps at 60, and it is very Moser. So we try to keep it very minimalistic and playing with our Fume dials. Here we have an Aventurine dial on the gold version. It's a module on top of the 201 movement. So you have the latest, more skeletonized, just the top finishing that we introduced 2 years ago, and constantly evolving. Great product, I think good addition to the collection.
How's business been over summer? Because, I mean, the last time we were all assembled at a big event was when the tariffs came down.
Watches and wonders.
Yeah. Yeah.
It continues. I mean, we're on budget. We're planning a small growth compared to last year, and we're on it. So nothing to report there. I think, of course, there's a lot of uncertainty around those tariffs. But at Moser, we structured pretty well. We have a subsidiary in the US. We have a good cost structure here in Switzerland with a holding system. So it's not bad. I think compared to our competitors, some might be more impacted than we are. We're working on the worst case scenario, but we're working on solutions to make sure that it impacts us and our clients as little as possible. And to be honest, so far it's been the best year ever for Moser. Sellout is great. The US sellout is amazing. Big question is there a little bit of anticipation before the tariffs actually hits the end customers? But it's been like this for almost 2 years now in the US. So we have excess demand in other markets. So even if the US goes down if we need to increase prices, which we might, the question is by how much, then there's other markets that can absorb that. So I'm not too concerned. I think we need to see in the long term, and with those kind of things, I mean, worst case scenario for us, it's an increase of 10% of prices. And as we know, it takes a couple of months and then it's the new normality. As long as the economy continues to go strong in the US and the US dollars doesn't get weakened even further, then I think it's going to be fine. And 2026, we have so many crazy products that I'm not too concerned. But 2025, we're on target and we'll hit the target.
Very good.
So you said we might need to increase, so you're holding off? Because
we're working on solutions to reduce the impact.
Are you waiting for political solutions? Is that something?
No, you cannot anticipate anything, right? It's really random in a way. So for us, it's really worst case scenario, 39%. How do we reduce the impact from there? So we don't care what happens. Whatever solutions we implement, if the tariffs are being reduced, then the result for us will be even better. So we work on the worst case scenario and find the best solution together with our advisors to minimize the impact. There's a lot of discussions at the moment with concept that you might have heard about, something like first sales price, for example. There's different structures you can put in place to reduce the impact, and that's what we're working on. So we're not rushing. We have shipped enough in the last few months so that we can hold until mid-October, and so by then we will have to have taken a decision. What does it mean in terms of price increase? Do we want to increase? I heard a few of our competitors or other brands having increased yesterday or on Monday, on the 1st of September by 10%. I think it's a little bit early to do that, but maybe they had to. They had no choice. For us, I think we have enough margin to see it coming.
Does that mean a global price increase to harmonize pricing?
Not really. I think there might be a little bit of an harmonization, but not to the same extent. I think it's just more... As we know, US dollar is something that has a lot of impact on the Hong Kong dollar, on the RMB and stuff like that. So we might have to modify a little bit our pricing there as well, or increase, but not to some extent to what we would have to do in the US.
I didn't ask you, Rob, because we only met up last night. So ironically, ever since those 39% tariffs, we've been selling at my retail operation more to the US, funnily enough. So what Ed is saying now, I see that on our end, that the uptick is on the North America side, whereas the Europeans seem more scared, and you don't really feel those tariffs here. Do you notice that in your operations?
No, I wish that were the case for many of the operations in which I'm involved behind the scenes. It's been quite impactful, to say the least, because a huge percentage of the clients that I'm used to working with are based in the US, and I do feel that there's a drop in market confidence. But then, Moser's established an incredible reputation over years and years and years of hard work and good releases and classic releases, especially things like the Streamliner and whatnot. So it's a bit of a different position for a brand which is in demand all around the world, as you said. And also, of course, congratulations on your recent GPHG nomination, another nod. So can we talk about that a little bit? Because this is a very interesting watch at an interesting price point.
Yeah, so we got 2 nominations actually. We got we call it the driver's watch and the mechanics. As you know, we involved now for almost 2 years in Formula One. And a big part of the things we wanted to do as we joined Alpine was to try to develop things that would help them. And we developed what we call the mechanics watch, which is a a kind of connected hybrid watch that is dedicated to the mechanics, to the team, which allows them to communicate with one another or with the global team to get the timings right. As we know, it's all fractions of seconds in Formula One. At that level, is incredible. So we wanted to create something that would be useful to them. So we developed it with them, and we thought, we might as well. We've never done a watch that is at that price point. We're talking 4,500 Swiss francs or dollars. Can't remember. So we said we might as well put it on the JPHG without. It's not where Moser is usually. So we thought, what are the odds? And then it got picked together with also what we call the driver's watch, which is like a Agen graph skeletonized streamliner that we developed with Agenor and the drivers. So the drivers from the team actually designed it, and it got picked as well. So it's funny to see those two extreme being selected for the JPHG, and let's see how far they go.
You also teamed up with Sequent.
With Sequent, yeah. Sequent helped us to develop. I mean, obviously, we don't have internally the capabilities to develop a connected watch. It's very specific, and I know that because my previous job was working with mobile phones and all these technologies that goes so fast. So we needed somebody who understand that. I wanted to keep the Moser vibe. I wanted a watch that when you see it, you're like, oh, it's a Moser, and then suddenly you're like, oh, but it's connected. And Sequent. That's what they do. They create amazing hybrid watches, hybrid system. They have their own system. They have their own team in the Far East developing, and that's how I got to work with Adrien. Actually, Romaric André second made the introduction, and then we were like, wow, let's do it together. And it's been fun. And they have so many ideas. We're already thinking of how we make it evolve and what could be the next phase of that project, because obviously it's a significant investment. Right now it's only for the Alpine owners, but we had so many requests of people saying, could we have one? And we're like, no, but maybe one day, we'll see. Moser owners, special edition, like a drop or something, we'll see.
Oh, that could be interesting. Yeah. That could be, because I couldn't believe it when I saw which category it had popped up in. I mean, you think, that's got to be a mistake. Wait, because when you look at the image, you can't initially tell that it's hybrid. It's perfectly in the Moser style.
Yeah, it could be a Vanta Black with a dial on it. Yeah.
Exactly. It doesn't look jarring in any way, and it is truly innovative for a brand in your position to try something like this at that price point. Yeah. I think if you did do a limited drop and opened it up to like an auction, for example, it could work.
We need to see. I mean, we're a brand positioned quite high, but at the same time, I think if a brand can do that, it's probably Moser. Same time, we've seen the success of Max doing some drops of very entry level watches with the Mad. I had a lot of questions around that. How does it impact the brand, like to kind of democratize too much your products? At the same time, I think we had long discussions with my brother, and we said, if we were to decide to do it and make it pretty limited in the sense that priority is on the Moser owners and not everybody. I mean, it's a limited edition. Then I think it could work. But the idea is not to do it multiple times. So we're exploring right now whether we would like to do a drop or not, and then it could be very cool. And again, as a brand, as a luxury high-end brand, Moser is a brand that we love to try to experiment and do things a little bit, should I say, unexpected. And that's why I say if one brand can do that, that's probably Moser.
Have you started working on your acceptance speech yet for GPHG if you do win?
Not yet. I never really prepare, except
like now. We didn't prepare anything either.
Happy to go.
But I know who I will thank if we win anything with those. To be honest, I think it's, I don't know. I think, as you said, it's very innovative. It's audacious. I think there's always those ideas behind it, and I hope people recognize that.
So for our listeners, if you refer to Adrian as our community member and dear friend, Adrian Buchman. Now, to pivot back to design, Adrian is a designer as well.
Yeah.
Your masterclass about design was during the lockdowns for, I believe, Watches and Wonders. That was in
2021. Yeah,
it was one of my favorite marketing classes. That you've guys been writing a design language and design DNA. I think today you've coined and created it by creating products without a logo. When holding this new watch in my hands, it even dawned on me that I didn't have a logo because I expect that from Moser. No. Yeah.
It's true. Like in the beginning.
How long did you guys have internal debates about this new caliber? It's not, the case is existent, but okay. Is it a discussion to add a logo, an H Moser and C logo, or not? Or is it a given for you guys now today?
On watches like this, it's a given. I mean, there's a few exceptions where sometimes you launch something completely new and you know it's going to be all over the press, and then it's. For example, when we launched the Pioneer cylindrical tourbillon, there was a small dial on it. We said, it's a very important product that we really want to market it as Moser. We're going far away from what we've done so far. We had never done skeletons before. Then we put a logo because we felt it's part of the education. People need to recognize that it is Moser, and then eventually we can remove it. Watches like this one, said it's an evolution of a movement that existed. The first version was an Endeavor, so not very sporty, very classic, worked extremely well when we launched it at Watches and Wonders, and there was no logo on that. So we didn't even discuss or consider a logo. I wouldn't even know where to put it, to be honest, on that particular movement. And then we had many other questions now on different design where, I mean, the logo is really, there's a clear rule. If we have indexes, then we put a transparent logo. If there's no indexes, there's no logo. Mm-hmm. Or if it's Vanta Black, there's no logo because we just can't put a logo on the Vanta Black.
So I pulled out my loop just to double check myself because my eyesight is becoming less. If I missed the logo, because it's an Aventurine dial. Very cool. Congrats. You said you brought 3 watches, so you're hogging the third one.
Yes, I have it on my wrist. It's a classic, as you know, at Moser. I fell in love with Moser because of the perpetual calendar, and we have a reinterpretation of our perpetual calendar. So it's very classic. This year we played a lot with colors, with the pop collection. You've seen the Pioneer in the summer with the orange and turquoise colors. So sometimes it's good to go back to the essence of what Moser is. We like to go to a certain extreme and then come back. And this is what we've done here with this beautiful fumé, kind of salmon dial, brushed on white gold with a beautiful strap matching the colors. So a very classic compared to probably what we've done since the beginning of the year.
I got the press release that the salmon is back. We nicknamed it the teriyaki salmon, which you had in the Streamliner.
Which we had in the Streamliner.
And I need my loop because my eyes are not good enough anymore, unfortunately. This watch has indexes. So,
and it has the logo.
And it has the logo, but
it's a transparent logo.
Yeah, exactly.
It's applied on it. It's not engraved. It's a lacquered logo that we put on.
Yeah, which I love.
Guess what? We've actually got people writing into us on the YouTube channel and via Facebook, where I've also put us live, by the way. I'm totally new to this, so we're going everywhere.
We're learning.
So from Facebook, we've got Christopher Didrikson, who is one of our most ardent members, and he says, tell him the new Perpetual is awesome, and he high 10, so he's very thrilled. So
thank you. I love it. I've been wearing it. We had a fight of who's wearing it. I won.
And Christian, it is amazing, and I'm a sucker for fonts.
Yeah,
the font is done by you guys for the date.
For us, some people love it, some hate it. I don't know. It's really difficult. I mean, to find the perfect one. As you know, we are very Germanic and kind of Bauhaus spirit at Moser, so that's how we define the fonts we use. And some people like it.
Whoever hates it needs to call me.
Some people are like, I love this, but this font. As everything with Moser, I think polarizing is always a good thing. I mean, if you want to be successful with relatively niche brands, you cannot try to please everyone. You need to make things that works for you. You will have an audience for that. We make 4,000 watches a year. We don't have to please millions of people. We need those 4,000 people to be hardcore fans of what we do, and so far it's worked for us.
For rare people.
Sorry?
For rare people.
For rare people? Well, that's somebody else.
We have got another question from Horloge Minded. One of them you've kind of answered already. It was about the hybrid technology you developed with Sequent. Will that be a one-off, or is it something you might like to expand in the future?
Again, it's a question mark, but I mean, the more people ask for it, the more tempting it is. So what do they think? Should we do a drop on that?
Let's ask the audience. What do people think about that? Is it something you'd like to see more of?
But if we do, it would be different. It wouldn't be something we link to. This one is very dedicated. It's a tool we created for Formula One, so we would have to make it evolve towards something that is really dedicated to the Moser community. And that's kind of the thought we have right now is how do we make it relevant? How do we make it legitimate and not opportunistic? Because just dropping it to sell watches, I think it's dangerous. And that's the reflection we're having. And we're chatting with Adrian to get his input because he is experienced in that field, with Second because he's crazy, and the rest of the team. So with my brother, with Nicholas, who have more of the sales perspective on those things. So there's a good chance, but it would be great to hear from the people.
All right, good. Well, we'll turn that over to them and hopefully get some more. Oh, we got one straight comment there from Christopher again. He says, yes, do it. So maybe bring him on board.
We got one, let's do it.
But maybe add to it what functionalities you would like to see in the evolution of that watch, dear listeners and watchers.
Yeah, be specific.
Be specific, but be realistic also. It's expensive, it's complicated, and you want something. I want something where I can give 10 years warranty. It's something like that works for forever, and the more complex you try to do, I don't want to make a smartwatch. I'm not going to create. I want something that it's cool to wear, but it's not going to compete with a Garmin or an Apple Watch. It's a different type of thing.
Perfect. Well, Edouard, thank you for your time.
My
again.
pleasure. As
always, we love having you on the show, and we'll have to record another long episode, I'm sure, by the end of the year, because there's loads of stuff to come and loads of exciting things on the horizon.
2026 is going to be crazy, so stay tuned.
Thanks very much, Ed. Okay, let's wrap it up.
Thank you.